Thank you so much, Honorable Madam Speaker. I appreciate and celebrate you. Congratulate you for getting into the Speaker's panel to work together with the Honorable Papa Wetangula. Kindly guide our assembly well. I also want to take this honorable chance, Honorable Speaker, to appreciate our students in the House. We were once students. We sat in seats like you, and we have been like you. The future of Kenya is with you, and we thank you for coming to see what is happening at the National Assembly. We appreciate you and hope that one of you, 2 or 3 or 10, or most of you will get to Parliament. Having said that, Honorable Speaker, allow me to appreciate my colleague and friend, the Honorable KJ, because this is a man who is very magnanimous with his thinking process, to the extent that he looks at the future Kenya. I think by virtue of his age, his advantage to want to have and live Kenya in a place that is better than how he found it, especially when he considers matter that is environment. About the motion, I rise to support it on the basis that anything that adds life to this planet is something that is worth supporting. Why should I talk about this? I should think, Honorable Speaker, that trees planted along any roadside or highway has a calming effect. You want to get out of the busy city or within the city, and you would hear birds humming. The hummingbirds would calm you off your stress. And we realize that in the generation that we are living in, Honorable Speaker, we live in a very, very stressed generation. I think this would be a very, very, very good way of looking at people even just walking along 10 kilometers under a shade and exercising and getting good health. If you do a road, plant trees. And better still, it has been proposed that we could have some of them as fruit trees. Pluck a mango, chew, walk for another 5 kilometers. And this is the Kenya that we want. And even on this same platform as I contribute on this matter, I want to implore the sitting president, President RUTO, that he should come up with a day for Kenya where we have a walking day to the extent that Kenyans can just walk along the roadside, no motorists driving that day, so that we can exercise and become a healthy nation. Most of our young people, Honorable Speaker, are engaged in having tree nurseries. They have tree nurseries, and they literally beg, they don't have where to sell their ware. This would be a very good way of empowering our young people, Honorable Speaker, because they will get a place where they can sell the seedlings that they have planted from their nurseries. Having said that, someone has talked about Finland. Indeed, it is a beautiful country. But we want to have our version of Kenya and Finland, where people can come and see the beauty of nature. Nature in planted trees, planted in an organized manner, planted in a way that is anchored in law, planted in a way that it is supervised, it is monitored, it is evaluated, and then we see the result of this kind of a legislation. On that, I want to support Honorable Kiare with the motion that is proposed on the floor of the House. Oh, the beautiful Nakuru. I've lived in Nakuru for more than 30 years, Honorable Speaker, and I heard somebody made mention of the trees that were along the highway as you got into Nakuru and as you got out of Nakuru. And this happened in the time that I was living and staying there. I am telling you, Honorable Speaker, Nakuru people cried when the trees went down. And even then, they have made an effort to plant things that look like trees, but they can never be what Nakuru was. If we were to have that kind of, I envisage a situation where this is done and in the long term, 20, 30 years, and we have that kind of a picture along our highways, as proposed by the Honorable KJ, I think Kenya would be a beautiful place to live in. I want to also talk about probably regulating the kind of trees that are planted if this motion finds its way through. Well, of course, we have the taproot system, the hardroot system. The kind of root system of trees that is planted may also be a burden on the road that has been constructed. So all this should be taken into account as we legislate on this matter, so that once we do it, then it comes and comes to last. Another matter that I want to weigh in, Honorable Speaker, is that we want to mitigate on issues of drought. We want to mitigate on issues of calming the environment. There are, of course, most roads, they are on places where also humans live. And there would be catchment of dust, and then I think this would be a very good way of helping the homes and the construction systems that are around these roads. Why not beautify Kenya, Honorable Speaker? Why not make Kenya a very, very beautiful city? Why not make interconnecting sub-counties connected with trees and roads? I think this would really make a very, very, very beautiful Kenya. The Honorable KJ, we have to continue with this. We have to make it different. I rise to support this motion, Honorable Speaker, and thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you. I thank you.
Thank you. Now, the Honorable Member for Njoro, Honorable Kadhambi